It is that time of year again when gamers gear up for all of the events that are held by gaming companies such as PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo, along with all sorts of famous studios, in which they prepare us for all of their upcoming titles and releases coming later this year. Well, recently Blizzard announced a new survival game, and in this video we are going to be talking all about it, so stay tuned because you won't want to miss a second of this video. Untitled survival game may be just what Activision Blizzard needs. Activision Blizzard is a company that has brought happiness to many gamers with their titles like World of Warcraft, Overwatch, StarCraft, and Diablo. But none of those franchises have released a new title since Overwatch's release in 2016, and it appears as though the company is ready to create a new world for players to fall in love with once again. The game was announced on the website for Blizzard and was accompanied by artwork, a short description of the game, and a few quotes from some of the higher-ups at Blizzard. The artwork that accompanied the announcement showed a pair of teenagers emerging from a cave mouth to see a fantasy land complete with a floating castle and mystical greenery. While this setting looks mystical, the teenagers come from a modern land and have clearly accidentally stumbled upon this fantasy land, which can clearly be deduced thanks to the fact that the pair came in on bikes, as the picture clearly shows their bikes in the background. Furthermore, the teens are wearing modern jackets and modern backpacks, which helps us detect that these two do not belong in the fantasy land that they find themselves in. The second piece of art shows pretty much exactly the opposite, a woman wearing a skull as a helmet and weakening light battle armor. Not only is she armor clad, but she is wielding a one-handed battle axe whilst tracking an animal that leaves behind colorful footprints. This picture is seemingly set in the world that the modern teenage characters from the first picture have stumbled upon, as the background art bears a striking resemblance to the art from the first picture. The second picture does also show a mirror or picture frame hanging from a tree that shows not a reflection but another land that appears to be more modern, although it is difficult to tell due to the size of the window and the placement of the windows itself. But it could indicate that the real world and this fantasy world are one and the same, and that one must traverse through the window or mirror in order to enter the other world. While that is an interesting theory, it is still just that, a theory, as Activision Blizzard gave little concrete information on the game itself, leaving us to our own devices. The developers had some great things to say about this game. The developers of the game attached a description of the game along with the announcement on the website, which read, "Blizzard is embarking on our next quest. We are going on a journey to a whole new universe, home to a brand new survival game for PC and console. A place full of heroes we have yet to meet, stories yet to be told, and adventures yet to be lived. A vast realm of possibility waiting to be explored." While this description does not reveal too much information about the game, it does give us a slight glimpse into the minds of the developers. They plan on bringing us back to a world in which we can explore endlessly and still fall in love with a fantasy world as we grow in it and learn more about it, either solo or with friends, which is a gaming experience that we have been lacking for quite some time if you ask me. We have not had a game that was meant for players to fully immerse themselves in from Blizzard in quite some time, and it is about time we got one. But the developers did leave us one more quote regarding this game, and it only makes us more giddy. It reads, "I've played many hours of this project with the team, and I'm incredibly excited about the team's vision and the brand new world it presents for players to immerse themselves in together." This quote is exactly what we needed to hear. It has been too long since we had an original title to dive into with our friends and grow and survive together as a team. On that note, I think it is interesting that Blizzard is taking a dive into the survival genre, as that genre, while decently popular, has yet to really blow up. Is this the game that can send the survival genre into the mainstream of gaming? More importantly, is Blizzard's involvement in the survival genre enough to save Blizzard's terrible reputation? Is survival the new battle royale? As any gamer would know, battle royale games are all the rage and have been since 2017 when Fortnite changed the gaming world forever. Battle royals were a very niche genre of gaming until Fortnite burst onto the scene and provided the world with an innovative and fresh way to play games with your friends. It allowed players to play a really great game for free while still collecting skins and other cosmetic items without spending a cent if they didn't want to. Additionally, it gave players the option to spend money on the game in order to boost their enjoyment of the game without giving them an unfair advantage over players who chose not to spend money on the game. Fortnite's Battle Pass system and constant integration of new content, essentially creating the game as a service model in Main Street games, forced other game developers to compete with the game that was taking the world by storm. Fortnite's ability to capture the attention of players of all ages made it a threat to every game, which spawned all sorts of different battle royale games, like Call of Duty's answer to Fortnite, which was originally Blackout in Black Ops 4, which was eventually replaced by uber popular free-to-play title Warzone. Those games were also forced to compete with Apex Legends, PUBG, and technically Fall Guys. The genre was a fresh mix-up and the usual round-based FPS games that dominated the market, and it seemed like the entire gaming community wanted a change-up, and this delivered big time. Now, there are a great deal of survival games like Minecraft, Rust, Don't Starve, DayZ, and Ark Survival Evolved, but aside from Minecraft, the survival genre has never had a game take off and be a huge, take the world by storm hit. Could this game be the game that takes the survival genre to the next level of gaming popularity? Will this game be the title that brings the survival genre to the peaks of Battle Royale? Possibly. The BR genre is experiencing some fatigue, and it has been the dominating genre for the past 3 years, and it could definitely be time for a new King of the Hill to take its place. But unfortunately, we won't know more until we get more details on this game, which are pretty private as of right now. What info do we have on this game? Well, as of right now, we know that it is a survival game, and we know it is made by Activision Blizzard. That is literally it. We also know that the game will be for PC and console, but we have no idea which consoles their game will be available for, as we do not know the game's release date or even a release window. If the game was to come out this year, that would mean that the game would almost certainly be made for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S, along with PC. But if it comes out in 2023 or even 2024, it might be just the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. We are unsure if the game will be available on Nintendo Switch, but I would actually assume that it will be, seeing as most mainstream games are getting the Switch treatment due to its full family appeal. But how close are we to knowing any more about this game? Well, I would assume that we are not too far from more announcements, and we could potentially be close to a release date as well. I say this because the lead developer literally said that he has played multiple hours on this game, which indicates that the game is pretty far along in terms of development. So if I had to guess, I would say that we are at maximum a year away from this game being released, which means that an announcement on the game's title, release date, and console playability should be coming out this summer, roughly around the gaming convention season, which is in June and July. But keep your eyes glued to the channel because we will have all of the latest information regarding this game and any other gaming news that you might be interested about. That's all we have for you guys in today's video.